When Ishq runs out of words, he starts kissing. Our society allows a woman to run a brothel but not a tanga. The diamond market is a blind well that can't be filled with the wealth of the world. The body can be burned but the soul cannot be burned. The religion of the empty stomach is bread. How cruel women are, especially when old wounds are fresh or old. Love is a disease, and unless it lasts a long time, it is just a joke. The closeness of a man is also important for the beauty of a woman. Human desires are like bubbles that do not know why they are created and why they burst and dissolve in the air. Probably everyone has a desire to know what is not known. I often wonder how this feeling of compassion has hurt me. Every habit becomes a habitual nature, and it is a terrible thing. A caste in Deobandi, Shia, Sunni and Wahhabi cinema in the mosque. No one wants to have a daughter, but all men in bed want women. Men grow beards with the intention that the prostitute wears the burqa. If it can produce dishonorable and lustful people who go to the mahogany rooms, then why is it surprising that this society produces rundi? As long as there are buyers, the goods will keep coming in the market. When the fire broke out, the whole neighborhood was burnt down. Only one shop was left with this board hanging on its forehead. Just as some babies are born prematurely and remain weak, so too is the love that is born prematurely weakened. If you can't stand these myths, it means that the times are unbearable. What I will take off the bra of civilization and society is the same. It is not the job of the tailors. Another name for a woman is heat. The wrongdoer is not a human being. There are situations in which a person makes mistakes and then reaps their crops. Sometimes I think I should close my eyes, but what about my conscience? Love is a disease, and a disease does not become a disease until it lasts. It is just a joke. The one who gives up has his own pain, and the one who gives up has his own story, but in the process, love becomes an orphan. For those who are spiritually, mentally and physically healthy, the poet is actually a poet, the novelist is writing fiction and the artist is painting. Trapped in the confusion of sin and reward, punishment and retribution, man cannot consider any issue with a cold heart. Every person, big or small, does something in his life that he regrets all his life. If you've ever been in love, know that love is another name for sadness. A man is always lost, because he has only thoughts in his heart and mind. In short, the only thing that can be said about life is that it's a sigh wrapped in wow. I grew up in an environment where suppressing my desires is considered a great reward. Just as some babies are born prematurely and remain weak, so is the love that is born prematurely. It's easy to turn a spark into a flame, but it's very difficult to create a spark. I live in a society where small people usually live in big houses and big people in small houses. It is also true that big cities are the burials of humanity. The first purpose of loving a woman is to be a man. What a strange thing a man is, looking for a wife like a prostitute, and a wife looking for loyalty like a wife. If we can mention temples, mosques, why not mention the brothels, from where many people return to temples and mosques? Our writings may seem bitter and astringent to you, but so far the sweetness that has been offered to you has benefited humanity. Neem leaves, though bitter, certainly cleanse the blood. The field that cannot even its tiller burn down every stalk that stands on it. I feel like I am always the one tearing everything up and forever sewing it back together.